I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm not in the mood to do this today. That's better. So, I'm a bit deflated today. I can't lie. I don't know why I'm doing it in my sister's room, but I've decided to do it in my sister's room. Basically, I put an offer on a house and I didn't get it. And I know that it's because it wasn't meant to be. The universe, God, Allah, has something else in store, but it sucks and it's deflating. My mind is constantly being like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. I'm not worthy of it. So I'm just a bit, but I'm not going to use on it because I know it will pass and tomorrow will be a new day. So what I'm going to do is put one foot in front of the other and do this, which is something that I don't want to do, but sometimes you just got to do things that you don't want to do. And I know, to be fair, I'll feel a lot better once I've done it. There's a metaphor in that, I think. I don't know, but yeah. So what a sponsor actually looks like? Absolutely anybody. So I will give you my experience of getting my sponsor. So I have now on my second sponsor, but I'll talk you through my first sponsor, who is a queen, amazing woman, so strong, just sick woman, absolutely, I love her, legend. But a sponsor, first of all, is somebody who has basically been in recovery for a while and has gone through the step work themselves, so they understand the steps and they basically take you through the steps. So when you get to step 12, it's all about sharing a message and passing that message on. So your step 12 is actually you then hopefully then passing what you on to somebody else. So I've now got two sponsees. So I'm taking two girls in recovery through their step work. And then one of my sponsees has now got another sponsee and she's taken her through the work. So it's just helping others, really. And one of the things that has helped us all in recovery is the 12 steps. But it's that person that when you come into recovery, when you get the sponsor, you really like, for instance, my first sponsor, I needed her. And I needed that one person that I felt like I could trust and I felt like I could build a relationship with. And I felt like she wasn't going to judge somebody who was completely opposite to me, but also not. You find it's a weird one because anybody can be a sponsor. They say in the rooms to women for women and men for men, because obviously you're going to be speaking about really deep stuff. And that relationship and that bond is very, it's unbreakable, really. And I think if you were a man and a woman or same sex, if you were queer, it just may. I don't know whether it would. It may not. But you know how it is sometimes that unfortunately boundaries get crossed, etc. So you're trying to obviously not have that happen. So my sponsor was a woman and straight woman. And when I first met her, she seemed so scary and someone that she just would not take shit at all, no shit whatsoever. And I was somebody that manipulated a lot of people and I could manipulate and I could lie and I could use my little cutesy voice and I just knew how to get away with things. And I knew when I came into recovery and when I needed a sponsor, I knew I needed somebody that could fucking see right through that. And my sponsor was that person. Like I said, scary woman. But obviously the more I got to know her, the less scary she was. And super soft she was, but she also just had that thing where she just will be completely straight with you and be honest with you and just not take any shit. So when I got into recovery, I was in recovery for about 3-4 months before I decided I wanted to start my step work, because I'd been doing meetings religiously every day. And then I knew that for me to continue with my recovery, I needed to actually start doing the work on myself, the internal work. And for me and my journey, it was step work first and then therapy came afterwards. But so when I went into a meeting, I'd seen her before and I'd seen her in a few meetings. But then there was one meeting and it was in the same building as my first ever meeting. And she did a share and it resonated with me so much that I just knew she was the person. And that's what they say. It can be absolutely anybody. And you'll just know. So you'll go through recovery and you'll be doing your recovery journey, etc. And all of a sudden you'll just get a little vibe or a little sign and you just ask that person to be your sponsor. And that's what I did. I asked her to be my sponsor and she told me to do 2 questions a day. I started doing the 2 questions a day. It didn't last that long. I was definitely known for taking my time with my step work, and I dawdled a lot because I found step work really boring. It was like homework, but it was really good, but it's so boring. I'm not going to lie about it. Who wants to do written work after they've been at work? Do you know what I mean? So I asked her, she took me through the work, and then I think I was on step 6 or step 7, and then she told me I could start sponsoring, and then I got asked by my first sponsee, and we have the best relationship ever. The way I am with my sponsees is a bit different to the way my sponsor was to me. And then that's just the fact that I solely believe if you want to do the work, you'll do the work. If you don't, like for instance, there are some days where I did not want to do the work, but then my sponsor would leave me. And then all of a sudden I'd feel like I'm not getting the answers to some things. I'm just a bit unsure about things. And then I'd end up doing the work and slow but surely. And then all of a sudden I'd just get the answer of what my problem was. So I learned the hard way. But I think the way I am with my sponsees is I think you're just going to learn how you're going to learn. So I'm there for my sponsees. I'll pick up the phone, I'll answer any messages or anything like that. But it's up to them to do the work. I can't ring them all the time and go, have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done that? Do you know what I mean? No, it's your journey. And if you want to do it, if you don't, like, no skin off my teeth, you know what I mean? So that's the way I am with my sponsees. But the bond that you get with your sponsees and your sponsor is insane because you're opening up to this one person. You're like, when you do each step that you do, you write it all down and then you say it, you speak it out to your sponsor. So you're telling this one person all your darkest, deepest secrets. So it's just, that bond is just next level. I will never ever forget my sponsor. Do you know what I mean? I don't see her all the time now because I'm doing life, but like, I know she'll always be there for me. And she knows that I'll always be there for her. I'll drop anything for her. She'd literally fucking saved my life. And I know I did a lot of the work, but she was there for so much of my early recovery. And she was there for so much of the hard times and the confusion and those feelings of feeling like I can't do this. And she was there through everything. So I'll never ever, it's just that bond is just unbreakable, seriously. And that's the thing, they are there, your sponsors are there for you through everything, through thick and thin. And especially in your early recovery, having that person that you can, what's that sound bite? Or I don't know what the word is, but having that person that you can just tell your thoughts to and say what you're thinking, and then being able to understand you. They completely understand you because they've been where you have. So soundboard, that's it. So when you're being able to have that soundboard, whatever time, whatever day or whatever, especially in your early recovery, it's so important because this mind of yours is when you're an addict is sometimes so fucking crazy and just does not make any sense, and wants you, especially in over recovery, wants you to fuck recovery off and go and use. But then when you can speak to somebody who has been in that situation, who understands what you're feeling and allows you to feel them, but then also provides you with suggestions on how to overcome it. Obviously, it's always down to yourself whether you listen to them or not, or whether you take those suggestions on. But having that person there instead of just listening to your own head, oh, it's so important. So I hope that helps. I don't know if I just rambled. Like I said, it's not been a good day for me today, but you know what? We have these days. It's not always going to be happy-go-lucky, easy life. Do you know what I mean? Some days are just going to be a bit shit. Today is one of them. Actually, I've not spoken about my second sponsor. So my second sponsor, so obviously I've gone through all my steps and everything like that. And then my second sponsor is somebody who is that person, again, that soundboard that I have. But we don't really do the work together because I've done the work. I work the program on a daily basis. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like I need to go through the step work again right today, just for today. I may want to go through them later on in my life. 100%. They're always there for me to do that. But my sponsor now, I'll see her at meetings, we have a nice chat and stuff like that, but she's just that person that I know that if I need her, I can ring her. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit of a different relationship, but it's still that person that you has got. And sometimes when shit hits the fan, you need that person, and that's what the sponsors are there for. So I hope that helps.